There's nothing more frightening than the unknown. Hey guys, Noah from WatchMojo here, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 horror villains you probably didn't know about.
If you don't want the lift, well, that's up to you. But I'm heading south.
South?
Yeah, south.
South.
You want to go north?
Yeah.
I'm heading south.
For this list, we're looking at the scariest baddies that, for one reason or another, don't get the same amount of love as icons like Jason or Chucky. We're going into a pretty deep dive to talk about these villains, so a spoiler alert is definitely in order. Number 10, Darcy Greenroom.
I think they know.
I think they're smarter than you!
When a band discovers a violent neo-Nazi cover-up at a punk venue, they end up clawing for any chance at survival in Greenroom. And while it seems like the bar owner Darcy will defuse the situation, his malicious orders only focus the already frustrated goons.
What happened?
A bit of a maelstrom tonight. Visiting band hurt one of ours. Who?
Emily.
Maybe Big Justin, too.
Moreover, his calculated tactics not only split the band up, but also serve to make them scapegoats for his crimes. He's one to let his victims suffer as well, even when he's got the upper hand.
Let him bleed. Later is better for time of death.
However, it's Darcy's uncompromising mentality that's so terrifying, as viewers feel utter dread for the young musician's situation. Plus, the grounded elements of Greenroom leave audiences chilled at the simple prospect of running into someone like Darcy in real life.
Do you have a phone? It's funny. You were so scary at night.
Number 9, Mick Taylor, Wolf Creek. A couple of friends are stranded out in the Australian wilderness, only to find car help from the resourceful outdoorsman Mick.
What the bloody hell are you mob doing out here?
Wolf Creek sees the tourists easily disarmed by his hospitality, before he reveals himself to be a sinister villain.
What do you actually do? Now.
Oh, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Though it's clear early on that Mick is psychotic, we're scared stiff watching him use his precise and brutal hunting skills to take down our protagonists. His sadistic tendencies are frightening as well, but there's a deeper fear to learning he's been trapping people for some time. And there's something unnerving to how dramatically he changes from cheery to bloodthirsty.
Like your little mate said before, you know. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Through a sequel and a TV spin-off, Mick's unhinged personality will keep you endlessly gripped. Number 8, Leslie Vernon. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. In a world where slashers are real, Behind the Mask takes a documentary-style look at up-and-coming horror icon Leslie Vernon.
You gotta find a group who'll all hang together, a little from column A, a little from column B, and one survivor girl will tie them all together.
Despite the tongue-in-cheek play on genre tropes within the movie, it's haunting to see just how innocent and relatable a genuine bad guy can be.
You don't want to spend too much time on just one person. Gives everybody else too much time to get away.
It's also eerie to hear Leslie rattle off so casually about how he manipulates his victims' paths and gives them false hope, too. Plus, the fact that Vernon studied anatomy, stage magic, and plenty of other tricks leaves him as a constant wild card.
Would you say that most of these are
Work-related? Well, I wouldn't suggest reading Grey's Anatomy for kicks.
It's a testament to Vernon's abilities as well that he's not only terrifying, but still gets steps ahead of the film crew after explaining so much of his technique. Number 7, The Children, Village of the Damned. Handfuls of kids are all born on the same day in the town of Midwich, who soon grow to all have the same blonde hair and eyes.
You wish we wouldn't come here anymore, Mrs. Plumpton? I never said. It's what you're thinking.
While they look creepy enough traveling in packs, the children of Village of the Damned are all the more frightening when their eyes glow.
You have to be taught to leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Freaky as their mind control powers are in theory, the kids strike terror by making townspeople savagely off themselves. Their intellectual way of talking is unsettling for a child as well, especially as they speak for their group rather than individual needs. Given the remakes and parodies, the children's menacing look is iconic and stands as a benchmark for evil kids in horror.
You're thinking about hurting us.
Now you're thinking, how did they know what I was thinking?
Number 6, Officer Matthew Cordell, Maniac Cop. Matt Cordell looks like any other policeman, but he turns out to be a deranged lunatic with a badge.
His hands were so big, and they felt like ice, even through his gloves. He wasn't breathing.
Maniac Cop finds Cordell wildly abusing his power to lure people in, only to turn them into his next victim. What's scarier is that he'll even attack citizens coming to him for help, using his intense strength and a sword of all things to claim his prey.
Let him go, Cordell!
If that wasn't enough, Cordell's zombie-like return from the dead gives him the endurance to hunt through 2 sequels as well. And the fact that he seeks revenge on those who stop him only has us thinking twice about facing Maniac Cop. Number 5, the Tall Man, Phantasm. Inexplicable things start happening after Mike sees a towering figure lift a full casket like it weighs nothing. As Phantasm continues, the tall man terrorizes Mike through his dreams and long creepy stares in the street. Beyond some shape-shifting powers as well, the otherworldly baddie can attack people with telepathy and telekinesis. Worst of all, however, are his violent dwarf-like minions and the lethal death orbs he sends to finish off his enemies. Regardless of all his abilities, the tall man is chilling to watch because of Angus Scrimm's stark performance and intimidating appearance. But his constantly grand entrances certainly add to the nightmare fuel of Phantasm. Number 4, Henry. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Rather than following a hero, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer tracks the villain through his horrible series of crimes.
Susie!
Henry rises above other antagonists because of how uncomfortably ferocious he is, in scenes that are disturbing to watch even by modern horror standards.
Say that again.
I'd like to kill somebody.
Must mean you go for a ride, Otis.
While this is freaky already, his ability to go from level-headed to cold-blooded and then back to relaxing is arguably inhuman. There's also a sadism to Henry filming and then watching his crimes over again. And though he'll stop his friend Otis from crossing certain lines, he'll become animalistic if someone insults him.
Don't do that, Otis. She's your sister.
Okay, I was only kidding around, Henry.
Tell her you're sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All of Henry's spontaneous decisions keep him terrifying, since it's always unclear who his next target will be.
I'm gonna have to pack up and be on the move too pretty soon.
Where are you going?
Nowhere. You wanna come?
Number 3, The Collector. The Collector. A down-on-his-luck handyman tries to rob his rich clients, only to end up in the crosshairs of the Collector. This maniacal hunter fills buildings with traps to cut his prey off from exits, phones, and even weapons. While the Collector also tortures people, crazy ideas like a bear trap room give villains like Jigsaw a run for their money. Despite his meticulously detailed setups, it's alternatively eerie that he acts and purrs like a cat at times. The Collector's sinister designs only claim more victims in the sequel, too.
Drop the weapon! Unit 316 Fishburne!
Needless to say, the ways he plays on people's fight-or-flight instincts adds a deeply horrific layer to the Collector's traps. Number 2, Art the Clown, Terrifier. Halloween goes from ghoulish to downright fatal when Art the Clown returns to life in Terrifier. Art is shockingly cruel, as he makes human jack-o'-lanterns and wears skin for his demented plans.
The suspect was last seen wearing a black and white clown costume with matching face paint. If you're just tuning in, this is not a Halloween prank.
His antics are particularly unnerving too, considering he'll innocently play with some of his victims first. It's unsettling to know this isn't Art's first Halloween rodeo either. Just seeing the clown scrupulously apply his makeup and gather weapons is enough to keep us awake at night. So while clowns are no doubt spooky enough, Art's already frightening look and demented behavior put him over the top.
I think my personal favorite villain on this list might have to be Darcy from Greenroom because A, Patrick Stewart, the guy's the best, and B, it's such a subversion of the usual heroic characters he usually plays. I just think he uses all his gifts so well in that. Just sends chills up my spine thinking about it. Anyways, before our number 1 pick, see if you can guess what it is through these honorable mentions.
I don't care what you're up to here. I just want my car back.
It's not us, mate.
Car keys, phone, wallet.
Not us, mate.
Who are you? I need help.
Body of this saintly priest is an instrument
boogeyman of your friend.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Joseph, Creep.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm assuming you're Aaron.
Yeah, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Joseph.
An online job posting to film a man for a day is all it takes to get Aaron to visit Joseph in Creep. It's easy to feel sorry for Joseph early on as he talks about his terminal illness and making a video message to his unborn son.
Brain tumor, size of a baseball, here. That's inoperable. So they gave me about 2 to 3 months to live. I'm hoping I beat it, you know?
But his darker side slowly comes out in all the jump scares he springs on Aaron.
Death. It's coming.
And we soon find out Joseph is lying and snapping photos of Aaron when he's not looking.
Are you gonna let me go? Why are you doing this to me?
Though as the film goes from comedic to tense, it's Joseph's constantly manipulative arguments that give him so much power over both Aaron and the audience. Plus, his descent into madness is more terrifying given how goofy Joseph acts at first.
It was smart that you put your phone on speed dial for the cops. But why didn't you at least look behind you? I mean, it just seemed dumb that you would just sit there.
So what do you guys think? Who's your favorite villain on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Watch Mojo and click here for more great content.